Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing from Monday, July 17th, 2017. Looking at the fire potential impacts for the next few days, the main concern is for gusty winds and low relative humidity today and tomorrow afternoons. You can see from the orange area on the highlighted map that much of Nevada and portions of Idaho will be impacted by these winds. Right now the forecast is looking at wind gusts in the 25 to 35 mile an hour range with minimum relative humidities in the afternoon, mainly in the single digits, so 6 to 12% minimum relative humidities. Overnight tonight, pretty poor relative humidity recovery, elevated winds overnight, and then again on Tuesday afternoon we will see those gusty winds. We are also looking at showers and wet thunderstorms across much of southeastern Utah and the Arizona Strip this afternoon. Over the past 24 hours, there's been a fair amount of precipitation across the Great Basin, mainly across portions of Utah, southern Nevada, and the Arizona Strip. Quite a bit of lightning associated with these storms, as you can see from the lightning map on the right. Fire activity has been quite active across the Great Basin. The yellow dots on the map show our 196 ongoing fires. We had 29 new fires yesterday. Over the past 7 days, really the focus of the precipitation has been across the southern and the southeastern part of the Great Basin. Some above normal areas across the southern two-thirds of the Great Basin, but really dry elsewhere. You can see that Idaho and Nevada, for the most part, have been really dry. So, those are the areas to watch over the next few weeks where it has been quite dry. With that dry conditions across much of the northwestern part of the Great Basin, ERCs there are on the rise. They've moved up into the yellow and orange categories, and even across northern Utah, we're still looking at ERCs in the red, so 80th to 90th percentiles. ERCs have begun to come down across the southern and the southeastern portions of the Great Basin. Just a week ago, we were looking at ERCs above the 90th percentile across much of the southern part of the area, and we are now down into the 50th to 70th percentile across much of the southern and southeastern part of the Great Basin. Live fuel moisture values continue to drop across the area. You can see all three sample sites are decreasing, as you would imagine would be happening with the hotter and drier weather. A little surprising was the Cane Gulch site here in southeastern Utah, where live fuel moisture has now dropped below what we would normally see at this time of year, and that is due to the spotty nature of the thunderstorms. And so while there has been quite a bit of precipitation across the south, it has been spotty in nature, and so some areas have been missed. Looking at the satellite today, there is a system moving into the northwestern part of the Great Basin. This low pressure system is what is going to bring us the gusty winds and the low relative humidity to western Nevada, southwestern and southeastern Idaho this afternoon. So for this afternoon, you can see this drier air that will begin to make its way into the western part of the Great Basin. We are quite concerned about the wind in this area. We are highlighting much of northwestern Nevada for the concerns with the wind this afternoon. There are some ongoing incidents there, and so those winds could have a significant impact. Looking at this afternoon in more detail, this image on the left shows the wind gust forecast, and you can see some forecasted wind gusts here up into that 45 mile an hour range. So again, really quite windy across Nevada this afternoon and really dry. Look at this relative humidity forecast with single digit values across much of western Nevada. So really windy, very dry, and we are looking at southwesterly winds in Nevada. As far as showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, they'll mainly be focused across southern Nevada, eastern Nevada, the Arizona Strip, and much of southeastern Utah. And with decent moisture in place, these will mostly be wet thunderstorms. As we move into Tuesday, that dry air continues to push its way east into the Great Basin. We will see those gusty winds spread to the east, and you can see southeastern Idaho highlighted with those gusty winds again Tuesday afternoon. Those winds will continue overnight Monday tonight into Tuesday, and again Tuesday afternoon across western Nevada we will see really gusty winds. Wind speeds could come down a bit on Tuesday, but still many areas will see wind gusts into the 30 mile an hour range across western Nevada, southeastern Idaho on Tuesday. And again, it continues to be quite dry, as you can see from this relative humidity forecast on the right, with many single digit relative humidity values forecast Tuesday afternoon. With that dry air making its way into the Great Basin, those showers and thunderstorms will really decrease across the area and mostly be confined to the south and east by Tuesday afternoon. As we move into Wednesday, that dry air remains in place across the west, though winds will not be quite as elevated. You can see here from that wind forecast on the left that wind speeds could still be in that 20-mile-an-hour range, but not the speeds that we're expecting over the next 2 days. It will continue to be quite dry across the western part of the area as we go into Wednesday afternoon, and we will see showers and thunderstorms increase a bit across the southeastern part of the area on Wednesday afternoon. Over the next 3 days, quite a bit of precipitation is expected across Utah, southern Nevada, and the Arizona Strip. You can see really over a half inch, 3/4 of an inch across many areas. As we move into Thursday, we stay with that kind of northwest-southeast divide with the dry air across the northwest and the moisture across the southeast. We will continue to see afternoon convection on Thursday with that moisture across the southeast. As we move into Friday, a similar picture with that moisture lingering across the southeastern part of the area. And you can see that reflected in our significant fire potential forecast with those areas in the southeast in the green category. As we move into Saturday, that dry air looks to expand a little bit to the east and south, which would bring a decrease to the storm activity across the western areas. And finally, as we move into Sunday, drying trend across the Great Basin. Over the next 7 days, you can see some pretty significant accumulations expected across the southeastern part of the Great Basin, with over 1.5 inches forecast in portions of Utah and the Arizona Strip. Finally, the 8 to 14 day period, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above normal temperatures across the area, with above normal precipitation across Nevada and Utah, maybe making its way into southwestern Idaho and across the Arizona Strip. Now, if this does happen to be the case, this would be significant for Nevada, as it has been quite a while since there has been precipitation across western Nevada. So that's it. If there are any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.